In this video, we will discuss how to reverse a linked list. We have this original linked list, and after reversing, we'll get the below output. Now, let's assume this is the linked list which we want to reverse, and for that, we'll be using three variables, that is, three pointer variables. Now, what this three variables going to do is, these three pointer variables will keep record of previous, current, and the next node. Okay, we'll discuss these things one by one. Now let's jump to the first line of the code. It says that node temp is equals to, that is, node pointer temp is equals to null. Okay, so we have null here. Previous pointer should be equals to null. Yes, we have null here. Current equals to main underscore head. Okay, so we'll replace the address of current, which is stored in the current, with this address, and we know that this address is of first node, so it is pointing towards the first node. Okay, don't get confused with the denotation and the variables. We'll discuss more about these things in code. Okay, so now we'll jumping to the loop, and this loop says that it will keep looping until there is this current nodes current pointer do not store the null. That is, if current has null into it, will get out of the loop. Okay, now jumping towards the first line of the loop, it says that temp is equals to current next. Okay, so current is this first node, and the next part is this 8000. So we'll replace temp with 8000, and this is the address of, yes, second node, so it will now point towards the second node. Easy, right? Now jumping towards the second line, the second line says that you need to replace the current's next part with the previous. Okay, so we have null in the previous, and we'll be replacing current next part as null. Okay, we did. Now notice that we remove this address, so we should remove this link which is between this first and second node, because it is now not storing the address of second node into it. Okay, so yes, this is okay. Now we'll moving towards the next line, that is previous equals to current. Okay, so this is the previous, and current is now storing the address as 7800 into it. So we'll replace previous with 7800, and it will again point towards the first node. Yes, now next line is current is equals to temp. Right, so temp is 8000, will replace 8000, and also length will be changed. It will now point towards the second node. Keep looping, will reach towards the first line again, and this first line says that temp will store the address of current's next. This is the current node, right? This is the current node, and its next part is 5300. Okay, so it is replaced into the temp. And now what's the next point is, we need to link. Yes, so this will now link towards the third node, or this will now point towards the third node. Okay, so you can see we have three pointers which is pointing to the previous, current, and the next node. Note that we keep recording of each node's address into this pointer, so that we don't lose any address, and we can easily replace those addresses for reversing linked list. Okay, now let's see next point. What is this? Is the current next part, that is this part should be replaced with the previous. Okay, so previous is 7800, and we'll replace this address into this current's next part. Okay, now what's the next thing we need to do? Yes, this link will be gone because we replaced this address, and now see this address is of, yes, the first node, and so this node will now link towards the this node. Okay, I hope this is clear. We have reversed the two nodes of this linked list easily, right? Now again we are starting from this point, previous equals to current. Okay, so we'll replace previous as current. I'll be a little faster Okay, link will be changed and current will be replaced with the temporary variable and it will point towards the third node. Okay, now we did this line and this line as well will stepping towards the this line. Okay, since current is not equals to null, we'll go into the loop again, and temp is equals to current's next part. So this is the current and next part is 6700, so we'll replace it and it'll point towards the fourth node since this is the address of fourth node. Okay, next thing is current's next part is equals to previous. Okay, so current is this. Okay, this is, and its next part is this, right? So this will be replaced with the previous. Okay, so previous is 8000 and we replaced it successfully. Now we'll unlink this two nodes, right? And this is the address of this node, so it'll point towards this node. Okay, I hope this is clear. We'll again do these things, we'll repeat these things. Okay, so yes, these three nodes are pointing towards the previous current and the next. We'll replace the address again and change the linking. You can see, right? Now temp is storing the address of current's next because this is null, so we replaced null here. Okay, so now next point is we need to replace the address of current's next part, that is this part should be replaced with the previous part, and previous part is 5300 here. Okay, so we replaced it successfully. Now we'll link it with the node, so link will be created. Now let's see, previous is equals to current. Okay, so we stored 6700 into it, and also this link will be gone. Okay, so this previous will link to this also. Now current is equals to null. Okay, so we'll be replacing null here, and notice that as we replaced null, this will unlink with this node, and what happens here is when we goes towards the loop again, we'll check the condition whether current is not equals to null, so we'll get this condition as false. Okay, so because current is null, we'll step out of the loop and see men underscore head will be replaced with the previous. Okay, so we have previous at 6700 which is pointing towards this node, right? So now what happens is the main head will replace the address here, and here it will be storing 6700 into it. Okay, and it will now point towards this node. So we successfully reversed the linked list. I hope you got this. Okay, so this is the code for reversing a linked list. These are the functions which we discussed previously in our previous tutorial for insertion into the linked list. Okay, if you are not familiar with these functions, you can go and watch our previous tutorial. Also note that in each tutorial we use main underscore head as a global variable so that it can keep record of a head where it is pointing towards. Okay, we do not pass head as a parameter here. Okay, now let's see, this is the function which we use for reversing a linked list. Okay, now see this this is the code which we discussed. Now let's try building it. Also see, I have created a linked list. I've inserted some nodes here. At the beginning, insert end 12, 23, 7, 14, 18 and 3, and we're printing current list, that is a linked list, and a linked list after reversing it. Let's try building this program and run it. Okay, so here we get the linked list 12, 23, 7, 14, 18 and 3, and after reversing we are getting the output. So yes, this is the correct output which we want. Okay, so I hope you got this idea. If you have any doubts related to this reversing linked list, you can ask in the comment section below. Thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, then like, share and subscribe.